So we're on the start of orders for the 5th round of the X20 Trophy from Loenhout. And it was a poor start for Mathieu van der Poel. He doesn't make many mistakes, but he made one on that start line, drifting right back behind. We see on the back wheel of Hope rider Thomas Meen. Wout van Aert as well. This is the 3rd time that we see Wout van Aert and Van der Poel go head-to-head this cross season. We're looking for an epic fight. It was Janssen who hit the front, Aert, Van der Putte, Thomas Meen up into the top 5, Cameron Mason in 10th. But taking a little while for Van der Poel and Van Aert to come through. Van der Poel just catching the hand of a fan, lucky enough to go down. An eventful first lap for the world champion, as we see Loenhout, the overall leader, taking it on through the whoops. Dry conditions, but slippery in the corners.
We saw Wout van Aert really take it on when he got to the front of the race. Van der Poel, wise to it, moved up very quickly into 3rd place, and it wasn't long before he'd got onto the wheel of Wout van Aert, and it was Loenhout in 3rd, who couldn't quite hold the wheel when Van Aert lit the touch paper.
Yeah, Van Aert putting a flying 3rd lap. Previous lap was a 7:27. He banged out a 7:04, taking Van der Poel with him. Van Aert looking the slickest we've seen him so far on the cross bike, carrying good speed. Van der Poel making small mistakes on the wheel of Van Aert, but these two riders setting itself up for a titanic battle, gapping Loenhout, Van der Putte and Aert.
At this point, it really looked like Wout van Aert was having Van der Poel under pressure at this point. The odd slip here and there from the world champion, and come down the finishing straight. It was Van der Poel that took over from Van Aert. They both realised that they were clear and they were happy to work together at this point. It was Van der Poel's turn to put Van Aert under pressure.
Yeah, Van der Poel, lap 4. Time to see what he's got under the tank. He proceeded to put the pressure, turn the table straight away. Small little gaps on Van Aert, and whether it was that pressure that forced a mistake from Wout van Aert. We saw Wout van Aert looking down at his bike. It was just on this section here, stones starting to come through the course. That was that telltale look, Wout van Aert looking down for a 2nd time, and unfortunately it was a rear wheel flat for Wout van Aert. Van der Poel now pulling clear, and it was on this lap that he would not just go and pull clear at Wout van Aert, nursing that flat tyre to the finish. But it was Van der Poel would go to set the fastest lap, and the only rider all race to go under the 7-minute barrier. As his 2nd group were closing on Wout van Aert, a really long ride to the pits, and it would see Wout van Aert losing 35 seconds to Mathieu van der Poel in this lap.
After that bike change, he was back in that chasing group, not only losing time through the puncture, but an awful lot of energy wasted riding on that flat tyre to hold that position as best he could. It was Van der Poel clear at the front, while Van Aert tried to take some recovery within that group.
We see the 2nd group, really big group, Wout van Aert, and also a mix of the overall leaders, Loenhout, Van der Putte, Mason just swinging on the back, but some riders riding out of their skin. The Italian champ Bertolini, Ferdinand, Larison as well. After a little while, Van Aert moving his way through the group, coming out of the traffic, looking to then start to close. He was 50 seconds down at this point from Mathieu van der Poel. The question was, could he close?
He made a gap once more on the chasers, but on almost the identical section of course, another rear flat for the Visma Lease bike rider. Unfortunately, went back to around about 13th, 14th position. Small shake of the head, just couldn't believe his luck.
So Wout van Aert, unfortunately, the victim of 2 flat tyres, and robbing himself and all of us fans of a fight with Mathieu van der Poel. Van der Poel now 50 seconds up, and it was that attack from Van Aert that was able to pull Van der Putte free of the chasing group. He was now sitting in 2nd position, and he was going to move up overall, but it was Mathieu van der Poel taking his 18th win on the banks and 7th win this season. His teammate, understandably happy with 2nd position. Niels van der Putte moving up overall, and our leader, Joris Loenhout.
Mathieu van der Poel, a victory here in Loenhout. You're now at the same height as Sven Nys here. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, of course, it's nice. I mean, it's a race close to home. one that I always like. A lot of people always here, and yeah, it's nice to win again.
Going home with the bike or not?
It's going to be dark and I don't have lights with me, so I will be with the car.
Thank you. Dankjewel, Mathieu.
Van de sponsor. Geef ze nog een applausje. Mathieu van der Poel. Niets van de punten. Joris Niels.
There we go. Mathieu van der Poel taking the victory from Niels van der Putten, 46 seconds behind. Alpes Interkönig teammate Norris Nieuwenhuis, the overall leader. Big fight on that last lap to close the gap to Van der Putten. Ryan Kamp, Aert, Bertolini, Ferdinand, Cameron Mason. Another good race in the X20. 103 down. Lauritsen and Wout van Aert, 2 flats, 10th position.
Dankjewel, geniet van
There we go. Norris Nieuwenhuis happy with his result today and happy to know the root cause of his injury coming into this next block of races. So happy guy. And I say 1:01 now ahead of Niels van der Putten. Van der Putten taking 26 seconds out of Nieuwenhuis in the overall. Cameron Mason staying in third overall. Nace drifting back. 4:56 now, back behind, having missing this race, but Nace